Hi there everyone. Today I'd like to give you a quick guided tour of Google Classroom and how I use it with our school to supplement what we're doing with Compass and every other thing, not as an island on its own entirely. So here it is, Google Classroom. I've opened up my Year 11 Music Google Classroom. On this stream main page, I've just posted screenshots of workings out, things I've done on the whiteboard. Looks a little bit messy, but you get the idea. I think it really helps the kids to review. Little resources, images, things you can post up, much like a bit of a social networking sort of thing. Students can actually comment on these too, if they like. Some more board work. I've posted also a bit of an assessment timeline, just as a snapshot for what students can see. All right, where it gets interesting is when I click across to classwork rather. And this is all the activities and headings that I've created here that the students use. So I've used this for SACs as well as just learning activities. So for example, the SACs here, technical presentation SAC, this is just an info sheet. I well understand, you might well attach this to resources in Compass. This is just another way to do it. And I find it's really easy to access and easily laid out. Where it's interesting though, is you can actually set up Google Forms directly in this. So this is part of a SAC where students have to analyze some music and answer some questions on it. So if I click it, for example, I'll just go ahead to questions. I pre-created this Google form. These are some of the questions that students have to answer. Okay, this is essentially what they'll see. Okay, and it's got different sections, etc. When I click ahead to responses, I can see one student's done this already. And there's their answers here. Where it gets interesting is if I go across to an activity that they have done already, and 4 students did this one, and I can go ahead and see their answers all grouped in together. So you get a bit of a snapshot, good formative assessment to see level of understanding in a really quick snapshot of all the students' answers. Okay. Of course, if I want to break them down one by one, I can. I'll just click on individual. And go ahead, this is from this student, this is all their answers, and etc. and go click across to the next student if I wish. So anyway, jumping back to Google Classroom, these are the SACs, some performance self-reflections, a song list. This is an interesting thing. You just have a shared document that's shared with all users of the classroom, and this is a bit of a song list that we're working on. And the students came up with this and they can edit it and choose songs to work on in class. Pretty neat. Links to resources, of course, some things I've created, some things I've found online that I've linked in here. Links to the online textbook, you just click it directly, it loads it all up there. Link to some high level written examples for one of the SACs, which I thought was quite good just to have on there. Again, it's just grouping it all together. Students can refer back to this. Some learning task links, links to the VCAR resources, the official study design, and of course, a bit of a timeline in there. We'll also point out just before we end up that you can access Google Classroom directly through your Google account. I'm just logged in through my normal account here, but you can just Google it, Google Classroom, click it, and you can go sign into Classroom and log in with your school account. And the other view here that is really useful is you can see all the classes I've set up here. I've actually been added to a couple of other classes to see how other staff do it, maybe for another video. So that was Google Classroom, not to be used as a replacement for Compass. Compass we're always going to have for assessment and reporting, but I find it's a really user-friendly thing to use, and it's all there, it's all together. You can link it in with Google Forms. It's really user-friendly. The students are really familiar with it, I've found, and I encourage you to try it out. All right, thanks, bye.